I'm not quite sure exactly why I'm doing this again. I'm subjecting myself to torture for the second week in a row. Possibly I'm a sadomasochist, but we're going to be swapping out the 2010s for the decade I did most of my growing up in, the 2000s. Which means that most, if not all of these songs were horrible to listen to as a child. Some of them might place on this list because they've just endured the test of time. They've got more horrible as the years have gone on. We'll start off with number 10. You Already Know by 112. This one's kind of unique because I remember as a child fucking so heavy with this song for some reason. The beat was knocking, everyone was flowing, they were all doing their thing, so what was so wrong about this song? Well, with the benefit of hindsight, because this song came out when I was about 7 years old, I've come to realize that this is one of the cringiest R&B songs to ever be recorded. Half the time, the ad-libs are just people moaning. It's like the least sexy song you can imagine. It's like watching the sex scenes from The Room. Not to mention that some of the lyrics on this song are highly questionable. Girl, you know the drill, don't ask no questions you already know. And one of the ad-libs is genuinely just one of the singers going, assume the position. It's actually such a simple song. I'm not quite sure why I thought this song banged so much. Maybe because I was 7, but I had no earthly right singing along to these lyrics when I was a fucking child. Number 9 is Every Time We Touch by Cascada. And to me, this is the song that best encapsulates the idea of 2005. I remember aimlessly just flicking through all the music channels on my TV when I was a kid, and as soon as this song came on, I knew it was time to dip to bed. This was probably the peak of Eurodance, with people like DJ Sammy and Bass Hunter getting crazy airplay in the UK. Every Time We Touch might have been the biggest in this little subgenre, but fuck me, was it annoying. For one, the kick drums are way too loud, and the shitty electro synths sound like they should be played at a low league football match. It's of course of its time. It's extremely generic with pretty much nothing in the way of any lyrical substance, of course. I do almost enjoy it just for how gaudy an affair this entire song is, in the same way that you might enjoy some hyperpop songs today. But for me, it's just too obnoxious to enjoy, even ironically. Number 8 is She's So Lovely, or She's So Lovely, by Scouting for Girls. This band, like a lot of British bands in the mid to late 2000s, comes under this subgenre I like to call white people dead trim pop rock core. I never understood why this song was so popular. The singing is trash, the instrumental is as bland as water flavored ice. I love the way she bites her lip. I love the way she shakes them hips. I love the way she makes me drool. I think that she is beautiful. Genuinely, half of the lyrics of this song is just made up from I don't know and I think that she is lovely. Once again, this song is so simple, but at the same time so obnoxiously loud and overblown. And it has these qualities for no apparent reason other than to just grab your attention. Roy Stride, who wrote the song and is the lead singer, said that his inspiration writing this song came from reading a thesaurus and listening to Brian Wilson. Number 7 is Many of Horror by Biffy Clyro. I'd never heard of this song or had any idea what the fuck a Biffy Clyro was until I heard Matt Cardle sing a cover of this on The X Factor when I was like 13 or 14. There's just something so particularly impotent about this song, which is surprising when you consider the kind of vibe they're going for with the lyrics. The violent metaphors about a troubled relationship are just so rudimentary and surface level. Musically, it's just way too simple and familiar to be engaging for a long period of time. It's one of those songs that you hear it and you're like, I feel like I've heard this before a million times. I don't know what it was with British bands in the mid to late 2000s, but they were all, or for the most part, making some of the dullest music going. Personally, I would gladly take the cringy, loud, in-your-face, angsty pop punk shit that was happening in America at the time over this. That's because this is a nothing song. It's like Closer by the Chainsmokers of the 2000s. I'll take a bruise, I know you're worth it. When you hit me hard. Regardless of whether that's a literal representation of a relationship or it's a metaphor. It's a horrible portrayal of a relationship. Nothing about this song is romantic. The songwriters have claimed that, we're showing the good side and the bad side of a relationship. But if there's abuse involved, there's no, it's complicated, there's a good side, there's a bad side. No, it's just bad. It's abuse. Regardless of whether it's emotional or mental or physical abuse, it's still abuse. Number 6 is Diva by Beyonce. And I'm sad to put this on this list because Beyonce has brought out some of the most iconic and legendary pop and R&B music of the last 20 years. And in recent years, especially with her last 2 albums, she has evolved from that to be considered something even bigger. However, Beyonce's discography is far from perfect, and for me, Diva is the very bottom of the barrel. First of all, why is this song so fucking similar to Lil Wayne A Milli? I know a lot of people have said that this is a response, it's an accompaniment, it's the female version of it. I don't particularly know if that's true or not. I know that this whole song was written in character as Beyonce's alter ego, Sasha Fierce, but that doesn't excuse just how shit the lyrics are. A diva is a female version of a hustler. What about a hustler? What characteristic of a hustler makes it exclusive to men or makes it even gendered? The annoying, I'm a diva, I'm a diva is so grating. And the beat, like I mentioned before, is just an inferior version of A Milli. I'm so glad that in the last 5 or 10 years that Beyonce's female empowerment anthems have evolved beyond, we can just be like the guys, into something that's more nuanced and has something genuinely valuable to say. Number 5 is Hey There Delilah by The Plain White T's. This song is another in the collection of boring millennial white people falling in love. This song is like the perfect example to use to highlight the difference between something being minimal and something being basic. The guitar might be the most annoying thing about this song. The entire song is just ding 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 ding. The lyrics are like the kind of shit a 13 or 14-year-old girl would write in her Wattpad stories. Times Square can't shine as bright as you. Hey there, Delilah, I know times are getting hard, but just believe me, girl, someday I pay the bills with this guitar. I get that it's meant to be this cutesy, intimate, low-key ballad, but everything about this song is what you would imagine would be generated by an artificial intelligence today. Simple guitars, check. A long-distance relationship, check. A name in the title, check. The wildest thing about this song is that 2 or 3 years ago, the band, and I wish I was making this up, they wanted to adapt this song into a TV show. Adapt a song into a TV show. Number 4 is Boom Boom Pow by Black Eyed Peas. I so nearly like this song, but I have to be honest, this was the beginning of the end for Black Eyed Peas. Black Eyed Peas used to drop some genuinely good music. Even on this album, there are a couple of bangers that I cannot deny. But Boom Boom Pow, I'm not quite sure what happened. This is the same. will.i.am is the same guy that produced American Boy. This might be one of the songs that particularly annoys me specifically because it was played to death when I was about 12 years old. We could beat that bounce. We could beat that pounds. People in the house, you wanna get down. This song set the stage for what was to come in the early part of the 2010s, the horrible pop rap club electro crossover music that dominated the charts. Just for that reason alone, it has to be on this list. Number 3 is a special one. It's Get Monked by Alvin and the Chipmunks. If you've never heard this song, you're lucky. When I think of the word abomination, I think of this song. I saw the first Alvin and the Chipmunks film in the cinema when I was like 10. I remember it so vividly. It was the first time I went to the cinema without my mum being there. Even then, I remember seeing this and I was like, what the fuck is happening? Bear in mind, because this is important for the context of this song, this movie and the song itself are explicitly marketed for children. It's not just explicitly marketed for it is for children. It has a U rating, or G in America, or whatever you call it. This is a film and music for children. The woman at the start of the song sings, "I'm laying down, help me out, give me some of your honey love, get me going, step on, can't be wrong, feeling strong, it's what I dream of, don't stop, no, it's hot now, say it loud, shout out, tell me what you want." Why do chipmunks have a song about sex? The chipmunk's always gonna get monked. Don't you wanna get monked? The thing is, I can almost excuse the insanely annoying high-pitched squeaky voices of the chipmunks, which aren't just on the songs, by the way. They're there throughout the entirety of the film. I'm gonna get you down. To this day, this song floors me. It genuinely floors me. On this list, it could have been any of a number of songs from this soundtrack. It could have been the cover for Bad Day or the cover for Funky Town, but this song is original. It's specifically written for this film. They wrote a song about chipmunks seducing people into bed. I'm not even quite sure what getting monked is. All I know from deciphering the lyrics is that it's human chipmunk compatible. Number 2 is Use Somebody by Kings of Leon. Jesus Christ, Kings of Leon, or as I like to call them, the Imagine Dragons of the 2000s. Everything is bland, nothing is an original idea. There isn't a single distinguishing aspect of their music or their image. This song actually won Record of the Year at the Grammys. Not even looking at the lyrics, it literally sounds like shit. Like, the actual recording sounds horrible. The drums sound flat, the guitars sound awful, but then again, it's the Grammys. This is the kind of song that the alternative kids in school would listen to and be like, I listen to real music. What Jacob Followell said about writing the song is, when I came up with I Could Use Somebody, I didn't know if I was talking about a person or home or God. I think he's wrong about his own song, because the entire song is so self-centered and narcissistic, it's unbelievable. Waging wars to shape the poet and the beat. Did you really call yourself a poet on your own song because you wrote the line, I could use somebody? Then in the last minute of this song, there's this bridge that comes in that makes absolutely no sense and collapses the weak scaffolding that the song was built on. And my number 1 is Mr. Brightside by The Killers. Not gonna lie, this one is personal to me. I know how much people seem to fucking love this song. It's like white people's Candy by Cameo. The Killers have always been drab for me. If you go and listen to Hot Fuss, you cannot tell me that half of these songs aren't just the exact same song. But I don't know what it is about Mr. Brightside. People over here in the UK especially have latched on to this thing and never let go. Yes, we get it. It's all about jealousy and it's a shitty relationship and it's all melodramatic and once again, everything is so simple and basic and rudimentary. I don't know what it is about specifically uni students that hear this at the end of a night and they lose their fucking minds. I remember this song acting as my cue to leave the club. As soon as I heard it, my buzz was dead. I was out the doors. I mean, you can't really trust anyone that tells Richard Dawkins to do his research when having a theological debate to write a nuanced and engaging song. The imagery and metaphors in the lyrics aren't layered, they're not subtle. It's so obvious that it's sickening. But it's mainly how just under my skin this song, I miss the Brightside, it's still under my fucking skin. Also, if you aren't aware, the melody is just Beethoven Ode to Joy. I swear to God. The singing is just bad. The guitars are shit. There's no reason that the 2 verses are exactly the same, apart from Brandon Flowers saying, oh man, it's just, the verses are the same because it's just so powerful. Like, shut up, man. Like I said, this being at number 1 is personal because every single fucking night out at uni would end with this song. And I think I don't get it. And I'm never going to get it. And I have to accept that. That is my list. I'm sure you'll probably disagree, probably most with that last one. But let me know in the comments what your list would be. Make sure to like, subscribe, and dong the bell. And I will see you next time.